Welcome back to video number 3. This is where we discuss the real working royals and what they've been up to this week. There is a lot because they've been really busy. So let's just jump in and cover it, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off with King Charles. He received the president of Nigeria at Buckingham Palace. President's name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All right, next up, we have Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. They went to a place called the Haven House Children's Hospice in Woodford Green. This happened on September 10th. This is a place for seriously ill children and their families. They've been there for over 20 years. Now, of course, they made a comparison between Princess Beatrice's dress and Princess Catherine's dress. I don't know if it's the same dress, but she was very smart looking, I thought. So with that, these two toured the hospice. They spent the afternoon meeting staff, patients, and families while they were there on the ground. They planted a tree. You guys already know I love Beatrice. I'm a little weary of Eugenie, but she's starting to grow on me just a little. All right, let's move on. Next up, let's talk about just Princess Eugenie. She went to it's called the BGC Group Charity Day in London. It's on behalf of Cantor Fitzgerald Relief Fund. They raise millions for good causes, and they raised it in memory of BGC's colleagues that were lost on 9/11. You should know that the BCG company is based in New York and London, and she was at a place called Canary Wharf. So she was on the trading floor where she was around brokers and she spoke to clients over the phone in an effort to raise the money. There were other people there like Homeland star Damian Lewis, John Terry, Davina McCall, lots of people there, Gareth Southgate, lots of big people there helping to raise this money. According to a statement she made, there were over 30 charities represented there. And so she said she was, really happy to be there to support all the important causes. They had children in care and those in medical need. And she just wanted to help, impact the community. I love it. All right, let's move on. Next up, King Charles had the New Zealand Women's Rugby Union team at Buckingham Palace on the night of Wednesday, the 11th. Now, while he was hosting this event, he did mention his health. He said that due to doctor's orders, he won't be able to go to their country when he does his overseas tours. He said, I'm really sorry I won't be able to come to New Zealand later October because of doctor's orders, but I hope there'll be another excuse before too long. But in the meantime, give my love to New Zealand, please. And New Zealanders, we get lots of nice Kiwi coming here in this part of the world, so we're really lucky. So King Charles is standing around and the rugby team basically said, "Can we have a hug?" He was like, "I'm sorry, a hug?" They were like, "Yeah." So he said, "Sure." Now, you're going to see the video come on. I only want to make one quick comment. Maybe it's the coloring of the picture, but he looks very pale to me in these photos. But he goes, "A hug? A hug? Sure." Look what they did. And look at King Charles laughing. Oh my goodness, he was having the most wonderful time. That makes me so happy to see him enjoying himself. He is the absolute picture of joy. Anyway, he finished talking with them, and that's when he said, I hope you make the most of your time in this team because you don't stay young for very long. As I discovered, it goes quicker than you think, and a lot of the rugby players started laughing. They handed him a shirt, then they stood around to have their pictures taken together. I think this was a great thing for the king. I think it really lifted his spirits. All right, let's move on. Next up, we have Secret Weapon Sophie because she and Prince Edward went to Northern Ireland on Tuesday. This is the annual garden party at the Hillsborough Castle in Belfast, and it was given by the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, Hilary Benz. So, of course, Sophie and Edward looked absolutely fabulous, and they were invited because, according to the article, they have a lot of positive impact in the wider community. People were going on social media. You can see it when you go look about her yellow dress with the cornflower blue hat, that she just looked lovely. Her choice of clothing is just fab and suits her well. Now, you guys know that she does wear things that I don't like, and I will be the first one to tell you if it's frumpy or rumpy and I don't like it, but this looks good. And as usual, a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us everything that Sophie was wearing. Let's move on. Next up, I know they're not actually royals, but I'm still going to throw this in there. James Middleton, Princess Catherine's brother, celebrated his 3rd-year wedding anniversary. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that young lady's name. This is their very first year married as a family of 3. We all know that they had an adorable little boy. They put up a never before seen photo from the wedding. It looks like great. And for those of you who don't know it, she actually wore Carol Middleton's, the mother's, wedding dress. And it fit this girl perfectly. I think that's so lovely. Anyway, they were married in France, which is where she's from. And he put up a message in French. I just love that. Congratulations, and keep moving on. All right, let's go back to Beatrice and her husband. I have to be honest, I knew he was a property developer, but this I did not know. Apparently, he does a lot of work in New York. So they recently put up some pictures of a penthouse that he worked on. This particular penthouse is located in Steinway Tower in Midtown Manhattan on West 57th Street. It's a building, let me tell you. The largest penthouse there cost $66 million. So he used his, they're saying, the article says, his Italian heritage to design the space. People are talking about this indoor lounging area, but more importantly, they're talking about this gorgeous inside vast swimming pool that's almost as wide as the room itself. I mean, well, I guess if you can afford a $66 million penthouse, you can afford this. These apartments give a 360-degree view of New York, and you get the privilege of living in a home that a lot of New Yorkers can only dream of. So again, I knew he was a property developer and a business owner, but I didn't realize that he spends a lot of time designing homes in New York City. That was kind of a little bit of a shock to me. All right, guys, you know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for all notifications. Go down into the description box where you'll find the link to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, and my Amazon wish list. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, have a great day.